Picked a few more up, started collecting, feeling grand as I stand back and marvel at the legend.
YouTube, welcome back to another 978 Customs video, and today we got Black Tarantula. There are a lot of different versions of Black Tarantula. For the sake of, this one is Carlos La Muerte. He's from Argentina, but he moved to New York. Wanting to expand his operation, he bumped into a few crime lords, defeated one, and then wanted to prove his loyalty to another. And in order to do that, he had to take out Spider-Man and bring him his head. So that's exactly what he did. Black Tarantula went out, hunted Spider-Man, brought back the mask to the crime lord, and didn't even care who was under the mask. But the reason why he let Spider-Man live was because Spider-Man was in the middle of saving a kid. And so Black Tarantula felt bad and just left him alive. That's a basic sum on his bio. If you want to check more, feel free to click the link in the description. But basically, he's just a badass. And you can see I have a pair of alternate hands. The black hands make it the complete Black Tarantula, but with the bare hands, he can hold some weapons. He is known to hold some guns and stuff, so that allows him to hold a gun if you have one. His son, Fabian, has no sleeves, so if you see this character in other images with no sleeves, that's his son. It's not him. But this is a pretty easy custom to make. The hardest part was probably the double collar. I used a tombstone body from the new Homecoming Spider-Man wave. Sculpted a little spider head to blend in with the jacket collars. And then that was pretty much it. The rest is white paint. The head is also re-sculpted. It was from a Radioactive Man. It's the only head I had that kind of had those eyes. And I shaved the nose down, shaved the jaw down, this little chin area, because Radioactive Man has a wider face. But the roundness of the head and the eyes worked. All was left to do was sculpt over the face, where I shaved down the nose and paint the spider. The spider was easy, it was just getting it symmetrical was the hardest part. So if you want to make yourself a Black Tarantula figure, all you got to do is get yourself a tombstone and a Radioactive Man head. Well, any head you prefer. I just used that because that's what I had available. But get yourself those. Feel free to add an extra collar for the more accurate look. You don't need to sculpt an extra collar. You could just add painted lines and it'll give you the same effect. But to have the extra collars, it looks better in images and pictures if you decide to take any. But that's all you really need to do. I shaved the belt down as well. You know, Tombstone has these round rivets on the belt. There's probably 6 of them, 3 on each side, and I just shaved that down. And I was gonna re-sculpt over it, but I decided not to. And on the wrist guards, actually, those are from Brother Voodoo. They were copper before, and I just repainted over them. But this is Tombstone. You can see it's pretty much the same. I was gonna sculpt over the chest, but I didn't even need to. It's just repainted over. So there is no sculpt on the chest. It's just sculpt on the collar. Get yourself a Tombstone and have fun with this figure, because I don't think a lot of people are gonna even pick Tombstone up. He's on the shelves. Now, it was tough to do the back because I didn't have any reference shots, but I did find a customizer who did this spider thing on his. And I'm sorry, bro, because I don't know your name. I just found it on Google, but it was the only reference shot I had, so I used it. Overall, the articulation is pretty much the same. You won't have any rubbing, considering the figure is all black anyway. You can see that the lines go all the way up, and they go down, and they line up too, so you can crunch the ab, and you won't get any rubbing. So I think that's pretty cool. Even though it's simple, but it's cool. And as explained earlier, this is just a Radioactive Man head. Shaved down the ears, a little bit of the jaw, and the nose and chin. Sculpted over it, painted the spider. Now, other than adding the double collar, I think the spider is probably the hardest part of this custom. Like I said, it's the symmetrical lines, getting it even, because you don't want one leg higher than the other. It's just something you can notice. Now, originally, I was just gonna paint the spider head on the back of the jacket, but searching on Google for reference shots, and I found that other custom and saw the sculpted back. It was just so cool that I had to implement it on my own. When sanding off those round rivets on Tombstone's belt, you can see that just like the belt isn't as smooth as it could have been. And so I was supposed to sculpt over it. Not sure if you can notice this little hole here, but when I sanded off the rivets, it left a hollow hole. And I was seriously debating on re-sculpting the belt, but it's just so small, I didn't think it mattered. But YouTube, as always, if you like this video and you want to see more Spider-Man customs, feel free to like, comment down below, let me know what you want to see next. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.